Welcome back, you guys, to another episode of the Endless Road Podcast.
Welcome back. This is episode 59 today.
59, 1 from 60. So exciting, bro.
Yeah, we just keep racking these up, bro.
Yeah, they keep coming, bro. And I think as now as you know, we get it more in the summer time, and days seems like they go by a little faster. I feel like these weeks are just kind of going by a little faster too, and I'm kind of sad that we're already kind of not half. I already feel like I'm halfway through April, but essentially we're already kind of almost a big part of the year already. And pretty soon summer will be here. It's gonna be gone. And we're back in the same thing, and it's another year, man.
Yeah, you can't be thinking like that, though, bro.
This year's been flying by, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I was getting a little sad today. I was just like, damn, that's already like...
Nah, I'm low-key barely getting excited to fly.
Yeah?
It's because, I haven't gone any hikes yet. But next week, Thursday, that's when I'm planning to make the first hike. So I'm going to go out there. Because, I feel like I've been the last, 4, 5, 6 months just locked in. As in, like, locked in the house, not doing shit.
Yeah.
It's dark all the time. So, just been trying to get some more air, some more sunlight, trying to get some more exercise.
Yeah.
But pretty excited. I'll probably, I don't know, it's not to sound basic, but probably do like the waterfall one just to get that one started. Just because that one's like really easy and usually not as much snow as the other ones. Because usually the other ones I go on are higher elevation. So, as you know, higher elevation, more snow up there, it's colder or whatever the hell. But yeah, looking forward to that for
There's
sure.
probably going to be like snow up there, what, you said like end of May maybe? Maybe even to June still find some snow up there?
Depends.
On the backside of the mountain?
The backside for sure. I remember when me and you and I believe it was a cousin, we went to the old snow basin run. We hiked all the way up.
Yeah.
We went all to the top, and we took the gondolas up to, I believe it was Snow Basin.
Yeah.
Got to whatever.
It was Easter
peak.
around that time.
Yeah, but it was June, bro.
Was it really?
It was June.
In the year?
Yeah, 100% was June. Literally there was snow in June. The reason I remember is because I have a Snapchat where I'm literally kicking the snow. I'm like, oh my God, snow in June.
Yeah, it was pretty trippy to see snow on the backside of the mountain.
Exactly. But that for sure that'll be up there. But the other hikes that I do aren't as high elevated, I guess you can say, or at least not this early on.
That's probably on this side of the mountain too.
Yeah, this side of the mountain. What side would you even call that? I don't even know
The
what
west
side.
side of it?
Yeah, the west side of it. Yeah, it's I think the sun hits it more because over there it's like sunrise or some shit.
Yeah.
Goes to this side. So yeah, this side definitely melts a lot quicker because I believe it was. I remember it was April 20th of last year. Me and my sister went on to the first hike. We went on to damn bro. It's a Layton hike. I always forget what's it called over there. It's like the one that starts with a zigzag, and you make yourself all the way up. But yeah, we went maybe 75% all the way up there. And then boom, hit snow basically.
Oh, really?
We still ended up going. And yeah, it basically got super bad to the point where I started maybe walking on some specific points and my whole leg would like
Sink in?
Yeah, sink in. And
Oh,
I'd be
wow.
like, oh shit. And at that point, I don't think I really had good snow boots, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you were just preparing, just go on a regular hike with some shoes.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that much snow. I was maybe, expecting it wet here and there. But yeah, definitely, yeah. It's probably still a little dangerous, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But hey, got to risk it for the biscuit,
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I think we talked earlier about this year too, how I feel like my year kind of started kind of later on in a way, like after my trip and all that stuff that I had.
Oh, yeah, I forget you did that.
And till then, I felt like, all right, now we can start the year. That's why I kind of feel like my year hasn't been that long yet, but I've already done so much, gone through so much. But
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little behind, I guess you would say almost.
No, we just got to go out and do shit, bro, because I feel like you may be looking back at the last 3 months on what you maybe, experiences. Like, obviously, work and shit's always going to be
That's
here.
true too. Yeah, you got to put yourself out there for more.
100%. But it's like, what have you done that's fun? Besides the Bad Bunny concert, I think that's maybe the last biggest thing. Like, what else have you done?
Yeah, nothing crazy. Go out here and there to get something to eat, and that's kind of it.
Yeah, for example, do you be going on parks and walks and shit like that, or not really?
No, not really.
So it's weird things, even the small things like that. It's weird, bro. It brings a little life. Because I think he was even telling you it was last Wednesday. Actually, went to that old park we used to go to.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that name of the
Rainbow
park
Garden. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's basically by the Rainbow Garden, but it's the Dinosaur Park one on the other side where everyone goes here in Ogden. But yeah, just going there, it was kind of a trip just because me and you would go there a lot too when we were growing up, renting scooters, bikes. Our parents would take us there. So, but yeah, even just that day, I remember it felt a little off because it was a Wednesday. But I'll be honest, that was probably the funnest day of the week.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit.
Every time I go to that park, I remember a lot about. Have you ever flown a kite before?
Yeah, yeah,
You know, kites they're pretty big there. Like everybody
yeah. That's true.
goes there for kites. I remember I took one there that my brother might have bought, or I don't know. We came across it, and it was like a big dragon.
Hmm.
I think I gave it to my nephew recently, but it was still sticking around in my garage for
A
since
few
we
minutes.
moved. Yeah, and yeah, that always brings me. I remember as a kid seeing always kites, and we're like, shit, I wish I could bring a kite here, but we weren't really introduced to kites at that age.
Yeah, I do
It's
kind
more
of
just
remember some kites too, but I don't really remember too much. You know.
I haven't seen some big ass ones like just. I mean, they look tiny up there, but I remember the guys down there were just handling them, and
Hmm.
I thought it was always so cool. And then because you don't see kites anywhere else, you don't see people like on middle logged in or out here in their backyard with a kite because
Oh, not
fucking
in the
trees and
yard.
shit.
Hell no. No,
Yeah,
yeah.
power lines and stuff. So
Definitely, yeah, the park is the way to go with
hmm
the kites there. Yeah, I forgot those were a thing actually.
yeah, but yeah, man, I gotta get out. That seems like that might be a kind of a
That's what
thing,
you're missing, I think. Just even if it's some small shit like going to the
Yeah.
park, just
Even the
go
girl
do
today,
something.
she's been taking the dogs out for walks, and she's big on taking the golden doodle on runs because she can actually keep up with her pace. Versus the other ones are just kind of more of a you can walk them a mile and you gotta take them back because they're out of oxygen, dying. They're a little overweight, and yeah, she's like we should go out for a walk with the dogs. We used to take them out here and there back then, but yeah, I haven't gone this year. I just been it's kind of hard too planning schedule wise because
Doesn't even have to be like schedule, bro. It's just
I go by myself with a
fuck
dog.
it, fuck it, do that. Or maybe I don't know if you guys hang out on Sundays.
It's because she's been working like
Straight
every
up.
weekend. Yeah, it just depends. This whole week she has it off though, like from Tuesday through Friday. But I already have my whole week planned.
Plan already.
Yeah, and then last weekend I took the weekend off, but then she was working all weekend. So
Damn.
it's just hit and miss, man. Like it's hard. That's what I'm saying at this point. I just go
Yeah.
on my own or
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, maybe you're putting too much emphasis like, damn, I have to do something with somebody in order to like go out and experience something,
hmm
which doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but you could always, hit
yeah,
up a brother, old friend, Alex over here, something
yeah.
like
This
that.
weekend I was gonna go out to that car show. Um,
Oh,
my buddy
yeah.
had called me. He's like, "Hey man, bring the car over here," and I'm like, "One, I don't want to take a really expensive car out there by myself and have to park far away because now I'm dealing with
Mm-hmm.
taking an expensive car and also leaving it out in the road
Yeah.
when I'm without my responsibility too." And I was like, and the weather was shitty too, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, the
But
weather, I'm gonna be honest with you, I think, remember that was happening, but I think around that time, because I think it was at 4, it started at 4,
hmm
shit was pretty bad. Like, at least I don't know. I don't know wherever you live. I'm closer a little bit to the mountain, but yeah, I was like, shit, bro.
yeah. Well, when he took off here with the other vehicle, the McLaren, it was like around probably 10, and it was dumping snow over here.
Oh, shit.
But I said, screw it. Him and a
Yeah.
couple buddies left from here with their Porsches and stuff, and um, I was like, if I go, I'll make it later, man. But
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, when he got there, he's like, hey man, it's sunny. But I think it was just like probably a little bit, 30
Yeah, like a
minutes.
little window.
Like, bring the other car over here, and I'm like, all right, I'll see. I had some other shit going on too. I couldn't just leave at that time with him in the morning. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was one of those. I was like, maybe I should just go on myself. But at the same time, I was just like, damn, that's just too much responsibility, too much of a headache on top of everything else going on.
Yeah, it's like layers upon layers
But
of
yeah, it seems like
complexities.
might just have to, start going little hikes or walks with the dog and
Yeah, if your
getting some
Thursday
fresh air.
afternoons are ever free, that's usually when I go as well. So definitely let me know.
For sure.
Yeah, because I don't think you've been hiking with me in like frick, bro, like four
Probably 2
years. So
years.
it's like, but there you go. It's an open
Yeah.
opportunity every Thursday. That's the day I plan
Yeah, I
to
think
go.
last year, every Thursday, you literally didn't miss one, huh? Y'all would
I
go.
probably missed one or two, but yeah, I definitely was trying to, dude, it does amazing things for my mental health. It's like
Mm-hmm.
obviously good cardio and shit, but like just the whole thing, I don't know what it is. It's like you're obviously, busting ass trying to climb up that shit, but once you're there and you look at the view,
Mm,
it feels like a big weight lifted off my shoulders almost. And I feel like
gotcha.
at peace. It's some weird shit, bro.
Yeah. I feel that it's a little different for me. I feel like I have a hard time kind of exiting out of my work. I always have that guilt. I'm like, shit, dude, there's always something to do here. And that's the thing where I kind of have a hard time breaking those two apart.
Yeah, you're going to have a little self-talk, bro. Because I was doing the
Because,
same.
like I said, there's always shit to do, and there's always people to update, and it's like you're doing something else,
Yeah.
and you're not doing something for someone else that needs to get done. And at the same time, like that's what you
Yeah,
know.
that's true. But at the same time, like fast forward 40 years, let's say
hmm
exactly what you just said. You do that for 40 years. In 40 years, you're more likely going to look back and be like, damn, my whole life I lived it for other people.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like you have to kind of almost detach yourself a little bit.
And it's like a
see
fine
things.
line too, because like we do, like I try to take at least, a couple trips a year. And this year I did tell myself I wasn't gonna do nothing, but yeah, that's kind of a.
No,
I
they're
need to
needed.
find other small things that won't be as big as like
Yeah.
taking a huge vacation.
Hmm.
That'll split me apart, but at the same time, like I'm actually pretty happy like working here and doing what I do because I'm seeing progress too. I'm not just sitting in the same spot. As we all have heard in the podcast from like the last couple of years, we've kind of expanded and stuff. So in a way, it's a good feeling. I definitely don't regret it, as long as I could put something in there at least once a year. But being this year, I don't really plan on doing nothing crazy. I might have
Well, you kind
definitely,
of expanded the shop already. I would say that's probably something good already.
yeah. I mean, we pretty much expanded as much as I can probably go
Yeah.
for now, and
And we have some stuff cooking up potentially next week too. So I'm low key pretty excited
yeah,
about that as well. So hey, you never know. Shit's around the corner, bro.
yeah. You never know what's coming, man. So, but yeah,
It's still early on, yeah. Because I know you probably like, damn, I want to do Xscav. I want to, go to the next level and shit.
hmm
But as you've been doing this for a minute.
oh yeah, it's
Usually,
little by little, man.
yeah,
It's been
no,
years.
not even that though. Sometimes just shit comes in front of you and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? Some things
Yeah,
just get in front of you. Opportunities present themselves that weren't planned, and then that's what gets you to the next level. Not just being like, oh, this is gonna happen at this point. It usually doesn't work out like that. It's usually like, oh, Edgar, there's a new little space opening, and you're like, oh shit, and now obviously you're like,
sign me up.
there's a
Yeah,
little angel and a little demon kind of giving you the pros and cons of that, and seemed like,
my shit seems like to be every fucking 6 months, bro. Like something will pop up in front of me. I'm just like, fuck.
well, there you go.
So
Anticipate that one then.
yeah, 6 months is coming up quick too. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. So
That's it seems like the little trend here been going. So I don't know. It's exciting, but it's also
a little scary.
yeah. You don't know what life has to offer for you, And sometimes you could always bite off a little more than you can chew. So you got to watch it there too.
Yeah, just
Always be aware.
keep a watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's some shit though.
Yeah.
But
Man.
yeah, hopefully you could at least make it on a hike. Again, I'm not asking you to go every freaking week. The fuck?
Oh no.
Maybe once a year. I don't know.
Something. No, I mean, my girl was bringing it up today too. I was driving home and she called me immediately. She's like, "Hey, did you see us?" She had taken the slower dogs out for a walk first before she took out
Hmm.
the more in shape one. And I was like, "Oh no, I guess." And she was out, and then I was like, "Damn, it'd be nice to go out right now because the weather's been nice now. This week.
Yeah.
Oh, last week was shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just been shitty in general. It's been hit and miss.
Dude, you gotta enjoy it now because in a month or two, this shit gonna be too hot, bro.
It's gonna be highs of 70s Friday,
Yeah, damn.
and tomorrow's gonna be 70 something, and then Friday 70 something too.
That's
It's crazy.
That's
We went
crazy.
from 30s to 70s,
Yeah, literally in like what 2 or 3 weeks,
but pretty soon, like you said, it's gonna be fucking
hot as shit.
too hot to do shit until like literally 8 o'clock or something like that.
Yeah, that's when it's that hot. I usually don't do hikes where I know there's no shade at all. I'm like, hell no. I'm like trying to go to the ones where it's shaded, there's trees and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or even later in the afternoon, I'm like, yo, hell no, hell no. Because I remember there was this one hike we did once. Literally, the sun was on our back the whole time, and I was like, nah, bro, like, I'm gonna die out here. What the fuck, man? With heat stroke.
Yeah,
So yeah, you gotta
could
watch
be
out.
bad, man. Yeah, be aware of your shit.
Yeah, take some waters. I think that's another important thing. Like, just drink a hell of more water, especially when the temperature and shit's rising. Because even sometimes, let's say I'm going to Salt Lake, I'm in Salt Lake for the weekend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I tend to notice that I don't drink as much water if I'm at my house.
Mm.
And let's say I go to the gym later that day, I'm like fuck, like I feel a little weird almost. But then I'm like, oh shit, it's probably the water thing. And shit, sure enough, I drink a shit ton of water real quick.
You're good.
I'm like feeling a little better. So
Bounce back.
yeah, it's crazy how much like just simple things like that could do. Even like the little conversation we're having about like the scurvy with the oranges.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, bro, just go drink fucking water. You have a headache, maybe you're dehydrated. I don't know. Go drink some water. And see what happens. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Usually something's off.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of times water, man.
Hmm. But yeah, something to ponder, I guess.
But yeah, man. It's how's your stuff going?
Going pretty good. Just improving, basically.
Working on it little by little every day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good, man.
It's the thing that messes me up is I'm doing the work,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't see no result, so it feels like you're not doing shit. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck? Like it feels like you're not going anywhere, but slowly, kind of how I was explaining to you even before the pod, I was like, damn, I have been noticing that I've been getting better. My flow is way better. Each time I look like at a website, I know exactly like,
Yeah.
the differences between, because at this point I've probably seen or like made videos at least for, I would assume a good 350-ish maybe,
Hmm.
you know? So,
Yeah. I mean, even then, like, just you're just making it more natural just to talk in front of to someone about something, and
oh yeah,
your vocabulary is just probably
100%.
improving.
Because a lot of these terms, low key, is sometimes hard to explain, or the words I'm using maybe not click with just regular people that don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I'm like basically just figuring out little by little, not just, all at one point, like how to, they call it wordsmithing, just kind of like how to place words in different places
Hmm.
so it hits. Like even with like my sales job, I'd be doing that because I think it was like 2 years ago we started selling tax services.
Okay.
I did not know shit, bro,
Mm.
about tax services, and I was trying to quote people, and I'm like, oh yeah, you got to do your personal taxes and then your business taxes. Like what the hell? Like why do you got to do this and this?
But yeah, no,
I was just like, hey, this is
that's
how
just
it
what it says
works.
here.
Hey, this exactly.
Yeah.
But now, like fast forward now, I could tell people exactly why, and I explain it to them in like in a way where they get it and they're more prone to like move forward. They don't feel like
Yeah.
we're too expensive anymore. So for example, let's say someone has an S corporation and they want to file their personal taxes, right?
Yeah.
It's like if I tell them, oh, it's going to be $500 for the business taxes and 400 for the personal, you can be like, what the fuck? Like, why? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's because, hey, on your personal taxes, you usually file something called Form 1040. So you file 1040. But for your S corporation, that's completely something different. And then I kind of make it kind of on them. It's like you decided to have an S corp. If you would have got a single member LLC, you could have actually, I think you put a Schedule C under your 1040
Yeah.
and have everything on your personal. So that's the
Yeah.
only way you had to pay. But unfortunately, you got the S corp taxes, so you have to file a whole different form called 1120S. You say
Yeah.
some shit like that,
Yeah. You just rapid fire, giving them answers, and just. But
yeah,
the more you do it, the more natural it comes to you
yeah,
too.
natural, and then I also seem more confident. Back then, I was
Yeah.
be like, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why it's like this.
Yeah.
And I was, hey, like boom, 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 and they sense that shit, and
Yeah.
it's been working out a lot more because yeah, this month, shit,
It's been good.
hell yeah, it's been hella busy,
It's
with
awesome.
the regular job and making it.
That's good,
Man,
bro.
it's gonna be a good
That's
month.
funny you brought that up because I literally had someone out of the blue. Just we never have walk-ins. I had this lady walk in today and just out of nowhere, what do you guys do? And it's like, fuck, nobody asked me what the hell I do. I'm like, all right, well, we do this, and that. And then, all right, so I want a coding. How do you guys go about it? It almost seems like I was like being tested,
Yeah.
but I was literally like rapid fire, like giving her everything
Confident.
back. And yeah, she's like, I got 2 vehicles I want done, and I want like an RV and all this shit. And it was just like, boom, back to back, back to back, question everything. And she seemed like she had done some research, so she knew quite a bit. And
Yeah,
I
she was
literally
just
was
trying to
answering
test you.
everything as she knew, and she seemed like really happy by the answers and like just
Hmm.
positive about it. But I feel like yeah, you got to be prepared for any situation. But obviously, the more you talk about something and you kind of introduce it into yourself, you're going to be better at it.
Exactly. When
Kinda
you
like what
start
you're
off,
doing.
it's not gonna be like that.
No, like if I would have had my helper that doesn't have much experience with socializing with like customers and explaining things to them, probably could have lost his sale there. Nothing against him, but it's just he's not put in front of that stuff every day. And
Yeah.
what you're doing right now is you're getting something out of it, even though it seems like you may not. In the long run, it's going to be
Oh, 100%, bro. All these,
more natural
yeah,
to you.
100%. Just explaining complex. If you could explain complex terms to someone like really simple, shit, you could do a lot.
Yeah.
You could do a lot. It's crazy how much like communication and talking,
And when you're
and
doing face to face, eye contact is crazy, man. Because
I don't
people
get
can,
too much of that.
yeah, that's something that's hard because we don't, deal with a whole lot of that. And if you don't
Hmm.
have the eye contact, you just come off as like
A little insecure. You don't know what
insecure,
you're talking about.
exactly. And you can literally sense it right away in the person that you're talking to.
It's like,
You start losing them right away. And
yeah,
I seen it with my own eyes with like when I see my helper or somebody else try to talk to someone on a cell or just explain a simple thing, you lose people right away. And
got you.
that's something you
They
won't
lose
get.
trust.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, you got to put yourself out there, I guess. For that one, I mean, I think I've just got it slowly from talking with people, and at the body shop, I kind of started gaining that
Yeah.
talking with people. But
But at
yeah,
the
it's
same time, you're so knowledgeable that you've actually done that shit too.
mm-hmm.
Because you could be like, oh, what? So you guys do this, this, and this. Oh, let's say a ceramic coating.
Yeah.
And then what happens after? Well, you're in your head. You already know. Oh, so in the ceramic coating, we start with this. You know, we polish it. Whatever the fuck, we do this.
Yeah.
So you in your mind, you've broken down the whole thing, and it's so enlarged in your brain that it's not something new. That's like
Yeah.
you've done so
Yeah. It's
many.
a process I do daily, you know,
Yeah,
on a
and you
car.
actually do them. It's not like you're just, you
Trying
know,
to sell some bullshit. Yeah.
exactly. So that like again, you just kind of
Yeah.
flows out like naturally, almost kind of like a kind of it's kind of like subconscious almost.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm pretty sure you'd be saying shit and you're like, oh damn,
Mm.
like that's crazy how I explained it that way. You
Yeah.
know, you kind of surprise yourself sometimes, like yo, that sounded kind of cool, like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's there
And you
hidden
get
somewhere.
tested from some people because some people don't have that eye contact thing. Like they're the awkward ones that are not used to it, and they'll just be like, okay, like, and then you're just talking to them. At that point, you feel like, you know, you're definitely you're telling them exactly what it is. But when they're looking right at you too, and they're just like, all right, fucker, let's see. Like it's just like, oh shit, that's it's different, you know, than talking to someone on
Yeah.
the phone. Like people call every day, you know, they're just telling what it is. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I got a little test today, a little wake up. But it brought it up when what came up to me when, you know, when you brought that up about
Yeah, that's
um,
true, bro. That's so true. I have a random question now that you're talking about in-person conversations. When you talk to a person, it doesn't even have to be sales. Just when you're talking to just a human being,
hmm.
what eye do you look at?
Well, I try to like kind of like both. We're kind of in the middle. Like the whole, it's kind of a, I don't know. I have a good peripheral vision, so like I can be like looking right here, and like my girls always tell me like, how do you know I'm looking? Like I'm doing this and that. I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm a horse, you know. Fucking horses be seeing out the side of their eyes or some shit. But I'm like, I could see like everything you're doing. Like if you're doing like a hand gesture, and I kind of like blank out almost, and not really stare at people. Like I'm just like looking in that general area, and it's but yeah, I've told my girl sometimes because she'll be like up to me, and I'm like, I'm looking at one eye and then looking at the other, and then I'm looking at her mouth. I'm like, can you see like what I'm looking at? She's like, no. So
Okay, the reason I
unless you're close up and you're just like
nah,
staring at him.
but there's no way you can actually look at like if I look at your nose, I feel
Mm.
like you would know that. Like I'm just straight looking at your nose. You're probably like, what is this man looking at? He's not even
It's
looking at my
you
eyes.
really
So
can't tell
right now that I'm
from
looking
this
at your nose.
distance. No, I
Uh-huh.
think we were closer probably.
Okay, I bring this up because
Set yourself up
I
too.
started digging into this. Basically, I was talking to a person,
Hmm.
and I don't want to sound like I'm being rude or anything, but one of their eyes wasn't aligned, I guess you could say, with the other one, right?
Yeah.
But I was, but I didn't want to be disrespectful, bro, because when I was looking at them, I've never thought about it consciously, and I'm like, damn, what eye do I look at? I swear, I don't want to sound fucked up, bro, but I was like, yo, what eye am I gonna be looking at?
Yeah.
And and then I basically kind of went into a rabbit hole. I'm like, holy shit. When I'm looking at a person, I usually look at one eye. Me personally, that's why I'm
Mm.
asking you that. And then I went into a deeper like hole, and usually they say that you should be looking at people in the right eye because it makes it more. What would be the correct word?
They're right or
More
you're right.
intimate. Like they're right.
Oh.
And the reason it being is when they were like babies, when people are babies, usually when you're right-handed, I think you hold the baby a certain way,
Mm.
and the mom or whatever is usually looking at the eye closest to
Damn,
them
that
or
shit
something
goes
like that.
deep. Yeah.
But it's like some crazy psychological subconscious thing where if you want to get to someone's like even closer, like on some crazy shit, like look at a specific eye. But I'm telling you, there's some crazy shit
Holy
behind this.
shit.
But I was just wondering. I was like, I wonder what the hell Edgar be looking. But before that incident that happened to me with that one
Mm.
person, I was tripping out because I was like, hopefully she wasn't noticing that.
Mm.
I'm like I was looking at another. It was some weird. It was just a thing where I kind of had to do my own homework because I was like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up. I don't know what necessarily was happening there.
You're all like
I don't know, bro. But
looking at different
yeah, I thought
areas.
I asked that.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's
Something.
funny as hell. Yeah, it's I never really took it that far, but I feel like I'm all right with eye to eye
Yeah.
contact with someone, unless they're just I don't know. Like I said, I really got tested today too, and I'm not sure if it was just this lady specifically, but um, dude, she got like up close too. She's just like,
Damn.
all right. Like, I don't know if she just couldn't hear right, maybe, or
No, she
but
must kind
I'm
of see
soft
if
spoken
you.
too, you know, too, but I think she was just. I feel like I was just straight up tested today, but I'm glad I was
Well, you
prepared. Always be
passed.
prepared.
Yeah, you got to know your shit for sure. For
But
sure. For
yeah,
sure.
definitely you know, in person contact, like what do you call it? Not contact, but like interaction is it's definitely key for just if you're trying to sell something, you know.
Yeah, I guess if
But
that's an option, do it. But if not, like if you're obviously selling shit online, then obviously you don't have that option. So
Over
you
the
have to
phone.
you have to rely on other things. And for me, that's tonality,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and also this is crazy, but like their pace of their words.
Mm-hmm.
I literally try to mirror exactly what they sound like. If someone's coming a little too aggressive and loud, I'm like, or short, they're just, some people are just hella short. They don't want to say, oh yeah, what are you looking today, sir? And some people will be like, oh yeah, I just started this one business. No, 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 I want to file this. Some people are like, oh, I just want to file Washington LLC. I'm the
Match it.
same shit. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, okay, cool. This is the state fee. This is our processing fee. We check the name, see if it's available, and file it for you. Like, okay, cool. With processing time, here's the processing time. And then I've noticed that works like amazing things for me. You
You ever
know,
notice a switch up towards the end too? When they come out kind of dry at you like that and you match it? Especially
um,
if you,
not really. People
no,
don't really switch up on the phone that much. Maybe in person or something, but
I've had
I'm
that.
strictly just over the phone. So, and for me, obviously, you're not looking at anyone, so you have to rely on what you can hear. So it's more auditory. So
Mm-hmm.
it's literally everything for me is like just mirror exactly. And that's even a thing too, where if you want to like actually have a deeper connection with somebody, you literally, bro, all you have to do is mirror what they're kind of doing. If they smile, you smile, like shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they know you're doing it, they'll still have the positive effect.
Hmm.
It's some crazy shit. That's how I became like a really like good listener with even just different people, and I
Yeah.
mirror their emotions. Or even if I'm over here telling you a story and you are just kind of just blank faced,
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna eventually be like, "Yo, this motherfucker don't isn't interested, right?"
Yeah.
But if I'm telling you a story, I'm like, "Yeah, bro, so this happened to me," and you're like, kind of like nodding your head, you're like smiling, you're
Yeah.
mirroring like the emotion. Like you will actually would like have way deeper connections with like
Mm.
people. It's some crazy shit, and I know, yeah, it's probably just random, but I'm just really into like the whole psychology shit
Yeah,
about
you've been
this.
talking about that, yeah. Yeah, you
I
definitely
love that shit.
definitely more deep into that than I am. I just felt like I just touched the tip of it, you know?
Yeah, I'm in a rabbit hole. I'm going back in like history and figuring out why people did shit.
Mm.
So I'm like, wait, why this work
Yeah, you
and
definitely
shit
need
like
it for
that.
what you're doing because that's literally all you're doing is literally talking to people, trying to put them onto
Yeah.
some or.
To me, it's not even that though. Like, what the fuck is history gonna like doing for me necessarily in like a sales convo?
Mm-hmm.
It's more like something it's weird. It's like something I just like. I
Interested in knowing
love.
more
I
about it,
just
yeah.
love that shit. Like, it's something it's one of those subjects that I look at. I'm like, oh, it's entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Because I even started watching like a docu series. I put an episode.
Uh-huh.
My girlfriend was like, "Yo, what the fuck is this shit?"
It changes.
I mean, bro, I was locked in, bro. But then that's kind of when I was realizing, I was like, oh, it's we all have different shit because her thing is more like murder mysteries and like fucking yo, this one person in this one place fucking killed this one person, and I'm like, yo, fuck that. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
not my thing at all. Like I
Yeah.
don't fuck with shit like that. But obviously on this end, she
Yeah.
don't fuck with that. So I feel like we all have like things like that we gravitate to. Like for you specifically, obviously, you have your work and job, things like
Yeah, me,
that.
I'm kind of like you, but it's not, I'm just more research. Like I'm trying to learn something for myself or just know more about shit like this.
Yeah, but at the same time, I guess there's an overlap where it's you want growth, so we have I guess that in common there
Yeah.
specifically. But yeah, it's like there's layers and layers upon shit, you know.
Yeah, I got in a whole rabbit hole actually just yesterday on ceramic coatings, like on the science, like how it actually fucking bonds, like chemically bonds, like all the chemistry that goes into it.
And I bet that shit was entertaining for you, right? You
Yeah.
were like, what the fuck? Me? I'm gonna
But
be honest. I'd be, what the fuck, bro?
we were applying it to a car, and I was just telling my helper, I'm like, how's this shit actually fucking work? Like, this shit's crazy. Like,
Mm.
what actually does and reacts. And I think it was just the algorithm literally, like, heard me say that. And fucking first YouTube on the TV that I, turned it on. It was about the product that we use, and it was with the chemist, like a interview on how this shit works. And he was
Okay,
talking about, like,
put us on. What'd you learn?
so it was basically, so back then with ceramic coatings, it used to be seed quartz. And I guess
Fuck is that?
it's basically the way it builds the fucking what do you call it, like the web, how we learn in science how we have like what's the whole chart.
Oh, the periodic table.
Yep, how there's like the AB connects with, they start fucking kind of building a
Oh,
shit,
okay.
stuff like that. So back, that's just the way the sea quartz kind of builds, that's how they name it. But now they don't use that. The product that I use uses a different kind of weird way of connecting with itself. So basically the atoms, think about little polka dots, and they're all kind of aligned.
Uh huh.
And then the next layer adds up and they're kind of offset, but they're all perfectly like staggered. And the chemical now, back then, it would just add on to it. It just build up. And now it actually infuses it itself with the
Oh shit.
with the clear coat, and it does more of a chemical bond,
That's some shit.
which makes last longer. It doesn't leave a void for stuff and dirt to build in there and clog it up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an overall better product nowadays. With technology, obviously, that's what happens. But one thing I did find out about ceramic coatings is that it has a lot of silicone in it.
Okay.
Because silicone will be like what gives you the hydrophobic, which hydrophobic is like the water repellency that you have. With a ceramic coating, you might see like videos where they spray a car that's ceramic coated and the water just beads off and
Okay.
flies off. So, and silicones are kind of overall bad, essentially, for anything that has to do with paint, as far as like in the process of painting a car. So, if you're in a body shop and you cannot have any silicone products, silicone products could be like a shine, a tire shine. It can be like perfumes, shit like that, all has silicone in it. And if that shit, if it's anywhere near, like within 25 feet, 50 feet of like a paint booth, it'll contaminate the surface.
What
You know, they
the
get these
fuck?
things called fish eyes, where it's basically like it does a reaction. So like the paint kind of doesn't stick to that area. It's like a fish eye. So, but yeah, it's kind of weird how this stuff has so much silicone in it, and yet it still infuses itself with the paint. And yet in the paint world, it's kind of like a big no-no.
Yeah.
To those
when
two
it's
combined.
when it's getting painted though, after it doesn't matter.
Doesn't seem like it, but it just blew my mind that I didn't know it had that
Got
much
you.
silicone in it. And I mean, and I'm aware how some coatings work and stuff like that, but I never really knew like the science. Like, how does this liquid shit basically fuse itself to the paint if we wipe it off? Because this stuff is like a wax. You apply it on, let it flash for a little bit, kind of turns like a different color, and then you wipe off the excess. They call it, you level it, because you don't wipe off the coating because you'd be taking it off. They call it leveling, but essentially you're taking off the residue. And that's it. And it looks like you did nothing. But with a couple minutes later, the shit just turns like there's a layer of clear coat on it, it almost seems.
Got you.
And it lasted 7 years on there. It's kind of crazy shit. But yeah, it's a whole other thing with detailing. I mean, that's where my head's wrapped around, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. That sounds complicated. Holy shit. So okay, so well, that's a good example. I guess we all have like our little, I guess you could say niches that we are interested in.
Yeah, well,
But
I mean,
that's some crazy
you
shit.
definitely got to master the shit that you're into, because when you're talking to someone,
Yeah.
if you're just like, I don't know, it kind of just puts on there and it stays for 5 years, and
Got you. You gotta know. Yeah. You gotta know what you're talking about. But yeah, that's true. I think it was something I was hearing recently where they're interviewing people that are like the best, like masters at what they do, like whatever field you choose.
yeah,
But basically, they did the same thing that you're kind of explaining. They immersed themselves in the topic or the thing
mm-hmm.
that it becomes almost second nature to them, where they have like all these information in their head,
Yeah.
where like their kind of brain makes these associations and shit, and yeah, they basically could create like different things because they understand like so many dimensions of the shit. Like maybe
Of what they're into, yeah.
that they can literally like create some whole
Yeah, they'll
different
fucking
thing.
lose you right away. For the average person that's not into that same shit.
Yeah, but even like with, for example, I always question. I'm like an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they have the crazy ass like paintings. Let's say the Da Vinci or something, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he made some art if I'm not mistaken. But it's
Well,
like
you
at
know
that
that.
time, the shit he was making, it was new, it was brand new, it was innovative. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? But before then, or now it's like everyone's doing like copycats and shit.
Yeah.
But back then, what he was doing, he got so immersed into the craft that he would actually go into like places where normal artists wouldn't go, and like literally learn things. And by that, I mean, when let's say someone dies, they do autopsies on you, right?
Yeah.
He would go and watch autopsies and see how like they cut motherfuckers up and shit, and see like the insides of people, or like he would notice when like someone would grab like, I don't know, a cup or something, and notice like what muscles and shit like go up, and he like incorporated all this shit into like the art, where it
Yeah,
was
all
like
they gathered all these different perspectives of
anything.
layers and
layers.
muscles and shit, and literally implements it to everything else now.
Yeah, and now that created like a crazy ass realistic like art. Back in the day, like that shouldn't exist. So when
Fucking stick figures.
yeah, it was like
You've
I
seen
don't
the
remember
shit like in the fucking pyramids, like it's all just chicken scratch. Like
Oh,
it's
those
just
are like hieroglyphics. Fuck.
I know, but I'm just saying like
Yeah, that's how it started.
yeah,
That's how it started. So it's literally, yeah, you just build layers upon layers, and you basically just have to, if you want to become a master, obviously invest all the time, but not only just be like, oh, I'm gonna make art, so let me just draw it all the time. Like this
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker was studying and like looking at shit like the anatomy of the body, or also maybe like leaving shit out in the sun and seeing how like the shadow hits it on this end, or if this light is over here, how does the shadow look?
Mm-hmm.
Like he would study all that shit and incorporate it into like the art, which obviously created something like you've never ever seen before.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's
the
like,
man was invested.
yeah, but like I said, you could literally have any field. There's so many fields out. You just have to find
So
something
many.
you like and just deep dive into it. Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you could deep even diver. Because you said, oh, you're deep diver into it.
Yeah.
Because you said that there was like atoms and some crazy shit, right?
Yeah.
What's like the next layer upon that? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
what
There's
come?
something else. Yeah.
There's like you. There's always like a little thread you can pull, and I'm not sure how beneficial it would be to you in terms of like detail and all that, but
Yeah. You probably wouldn't have to explain that far to the customer.
mhm. But at least in your head, when you
I mean,
spray it, you know exactly what the fuck's going on. You know,
yeah.
like it's like a completely different
I mean,
understanding.
if you see a reaction or shit, something's not fucking working with another product, then you know what's in each product, and you know those shits don't go together.
Yeah, because that reminds me of my girlfriend's dad. He is like so aware of chemical reactions in the periodic table that
Yeah.
he knows like what not to mix with this and crazy shit like that, which to me is foreign as fuck. Like what?
Yeah. We don't practice that shit. We only practice that knowledge in fucking high school, and after that, we're
Yeah, well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think I even learned that shit. I don't know what I was doing, spaced out, doing some shit
yeah.
like that. But he was telling me that, yeah, one time he was like in the garage doing like some shit. He's always
Mm-hmm.
in there. He essentially said that he was putting some chemical into another one like slowly, and that shit had like a crazy ass chemical reaction where you had to chill. But he
Yeah.
said that he was at first gonna just pour the whole shit in there. But he said luckily he ended up just pouring it a little bit, and obviously in the reaction it stopped. But he was like, "Yo, if I would have put that whole shit in there, I don't know what the fuck would have happened.
Yeah.
Chemical reactions, because you could have poisonous gas, you could have explosions, you could have all
Bro,
kinds of
you can
crazy
have
shit."
crazy shit just from cleaning chemicals. I think I want to say my girl and put her on the spot. I feel like I'm not sure it was her. I think she sprayed a bunch of different chemicals. It could be my mom too, in the shower trying to get rid of something, like water
Oh
spots or some
shit!
shit. She sprayed like one chemical and another one, and it fucking made like a chemical reaction
What happened?
with the smell. Like she was about to pass out. I can't remember who it
Oh
was,
shit!
but it was so strong the smell. Like it literally like was whiffing like on fucking laughing gas or some shit. Something crazy. And you can literally just fuck shit up with stuff you can literally buy off the shelf.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's some deep shit with stuff like that.
yeah.
It's
So
good being
much.
aware. Yeah.
It's so much. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's just so many layers to everything. Like literally, choose any topic, and I'm pretty sure there's more and more and more and more and more. And then even you could even make like distinct, even connections sometimes between this field and then this field. That's sometimes like the best one. I think it was Nintendo. Some dude worked at Nintendo. He was just goofing off, like doing just crazy shit. He ended up inventing a toy. He like mixed two ideas together, and he basically, I think he made that little, I think it was a gun where you click it or hit the trigger, and it extends as a little punching glove. I don't know if you remember
Oh
those.
yes. The little extendo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. He created that shit, but like blending two of his worlds together. I think it had to be something mechanical versus like games. It's like a fucking toy, right?
Mhm.
But that ended up being at the time like one of the best selling toys like ever, and that shit made him a fuck ton of money. Is like the point. So it's just like just shit like that sometimes, like shit that you would not expect
Mhm.
to mix together. You could sometimes create something, and or even like, do you think the fidget spinner would have been like some crazy shit back in the day?
No.
That's
That
like
seems like somebody just at a machine shop was bored and
you would have never looked
got
at
some
that 20
shit.
years ago and be like, that's $1 billion idea right there.
Mm-mm.
It's probably not $1 billion anymore.
There's
but
so many shit like things like that nowadays. Like what do they call those things? It's they got those little pop things. That you just
Oh, like little
people put them on their keychains and
yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, basically
there's
fidget
just
toys.
yeah fidget yeah. There's just shit like that you would never fucking think of, but someone came across the idea and
Yeah, I think back in like the 70s or 80s, people were selling rocks in a box, and they were selling out. And the reason why is
Box of
because
rocks.
of the story. It wasn't even rocks; it was one rock. It was the pet rock.
the pet rock.
But it wasn't like, obviously a rock
I think I
has
remember
no
something
value.
like that. Yeah.
Has no value. But the story that like they marketed it, put it in the box, they even named it for you. They probably gave you papers and
Came
shit.
from this place on this mountain at this time. I don't some shit like that.
Exactly, exactly. Because I was watching a little interview with. It's like a he's probably one of like the best marketers like ever. His name's Seth Godin,
Hmm.
but he was basically kind of breaking it down. He's like yeah if you want to really sell something and have like a crazy price, it all comes down to like the story, not the logo, not like all that shit. And then he starts breaking it down. He's like, okay, all right, Edgar, a Zippo.
Mm-hmm.
How much is a Zippo?
$5, $4, whatever it is.
Okay, cool. All right. What if they came out with the limited edition set? How
Mm.
much is that worth? Let's say, probably a little bit more, right?
Yeah, well, $20.
Okay, cool.
So,
Alrighty, cool. And what if this? Okay, another lighter, another Zippo,
mm-hmm.
same as like the first one,
Yeah.
but it was your grandfather's that he took to World War II.
Oh shit.
He fucking was a war. They won the war. They came back. How much is that lighter worth?
Let a bomb with it. Yeah. That one's worth 200,000 now or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But it's literally the same fucking lighter, same materials.
Just has a story to it.
The story is like the thing that adds like the value to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at anything you really buy, it kind of is the story and then also the status it gives you in a sense a little bit too.
Value it comes with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like a whole trip where he broke that shit down. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, all right. So it's just shit that's we
Small
don't really
things.
think about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that it's like, oh, if you ever want to create something of value, it's like, oh, what is the story? Or when you look at a certain logo,
What's different about yours than the other person's?
yeah, exactly. So it's just something to I don't know, had me fucked up the other day.
Yeah. But yeah, man, there's many things in this world that niches, like you said, people will get into and know about. And sometimes you'll come across people you might have met, I don't know, at a party, at a bar or some shit, and you never know what their niche is. It's kind of interesting to me too sometimes.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
why
you think you see people and you kind of like, like it's just probably you assume,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's why it's not good to assume sometimes because
Yeah,
you
you
don't know what that person is even about.
Nah, you can't judge a book by its cover. It's
Nah.
I've learned that a lot with customers and stuff like that. Because yeah, a lot of people that I've met with, like, you would say wealth, I guess, because that's what those people will off the most. It doesn't have to be. It could be many things, knowledge or stuff like that. But let's say that money. Sometimes they don't appear like they have the money, and a lot of times it may be like the vehicle they drive or how they dress, and a lot of people that's the first thing we do. We try.
We judge by appearances 100%.
Yeah, and they may come with a piece of shit car, and fuck, they're they don't have to have an expensive ass car for them to be wealthy or see as seeing them.
Yeah.
But yeah, people with knowledge. I mean, fuck, they can be a scientist and they can be content driving around a piece of shit car, and they're fucking have so much more over you.
Yeah,
So.
I think that's crazy you bring that up. I think it was like the page I read yesterday on like the daily law book basically.
Yeah.
Is basically saying that like the humans base everything on appearances. He's like, so if you want to be like a little ahead or something, it's like you have to position yourself where you're interpreted a certain way, or if you don't care, people will do that for you. So I know it's sometimes good to be like, I don't care what people think, all that, blah, blah, blah. But since humans are, always judging based on appearances, it's like, well, if you're not going to choose what the fuck you want to interpret yourself as, everyone else is going to treat you that way in a particular way. Yeah. And that just kind of opened my eyes like, damn. So that's why even back when we were like younger, they're like, oh, first impressions are important. So, whether that be you going on a fucking date or something, you want to appear, you want to smell the nicest, you want to have the best clothes on and shit like that. Because unfortunately, that's how we are. We judge, based on appearances. But at the same time, I think that's just biological because back in the day when shit was more complicated, but more serious, like life to death, you had to judge, hey, this fucking tiger gonna kill me or not? You have to make those decisions. You can't be like, oh no, like I'm not gonna judge the fucking tiger. It's you know
nice.
what I'm saying? It's like a human thing that we just adapted over a minute. But it's like, yeah, that's kind of why. But you could use it also to your benefit if you know about it.
You ever give second chances? Let's say you walk into a business and you want to get your computer repaired.
Yeah.
And you call this business, they don't answer, and then you show up, and they seem like, I don't know, they're just weird or whatever. But you've heard really good things about it, and they have great reviews, and your friends have got work by them, Is that something like you immediately like, man, fuck, like they didn't even answer the phone. They're kind of being like fucking weird when I'm there. They're kind of ignoring me. Is that something like
If
you give a second chance?
you said that had someone gave me word of mouth, so it depends. If it was a referral from you, then obviously I'm gonna fucking have that to the highest regard. So in
Hmm.
that case, I might give them a second chance. But if it's just me walking to a random ass store, that shit happens. Fuck no, what the fuck?
Yeah, because that's your literally what we call it. Yeah, it's your first interaction, and they kind of ruin that right away.
Yeah, where I have been kind of in a similar scenario is giving people second chances. I feel like back in the day, I'm working on it still, so maybe I'm still like this, I'll be honest. But basically, if someone did me wrong or I felt like they maybe, were being disrespectful or something like that,
Hmm.
it'd be kind of like a, oh, yo, fuck you, and, cut you off, move on. But now I'm kind of trying to see it from different angles and trying to be more forgiving as well. Because
Everybody's going through some shit.
yeah, exactly. Plus, I understand no one's perfect. Like, I have my own faults, and I'm pretty sure people have most likely forgiven me, maybe when I wasn't even in the right as well. And
Hmm.
obviously, I'm appreciative of that. So, for me to not do the same, it's kind of fucked up. So, there's been some people that haven't really fucked me up too much, where I'm like, fucking, I'm losing sleep over it or nothing like
Yeah,
that. But maybe they say a little something or do something, that maybe rubs me the wrong way. Like you said, see it from their way, see it like, there's multiple layers,
it definitely ingrained in your head though. That
100%. Yeah,
first
yeah.
first interaction,
For
yeah,
yeah, like
or that one
yeah,
interaction.
forgive but never forget. Like
Yeah,
never forget that shit. Like always keep it in the mind because usually it's a pattern. It will most likely come up.
yeah, 100%. I mean,
So,
unless sometimes there are like honest mistakes and stuff like that, but
what about you?
I'm kind of like you. I feel like I'm still too nice though. Always be giving people second chances, maybe. Always thinking, maybe they'll change, or maybe I came at the wrong time and saw this, but
Mm,
yeah, the more life goes on, I mean, you kind of become more aware, you learn more.
yeah,
So you kind of, I've been changing more, Now I'm more like like you said, it's a pattern. Usually, if they've done this once, they're probably gonna do it again.
yeah.
Or
What?
if you show up to a store and they give you bad customer service, like most likely, maybe it was. It's difficult with businesses because
Yeah. Well,
they have different employees, they have different staff. You
I'll
could be
ask you
talking,
the same question you asked me.
yeah.
The same scenario about the store. What would
Hmm.
you do?
Um, I still give it a shot if somebody referred me to it.
But what if it's just a random store you just walked into?
All random now.
Just say fuck that, right?
The referral for sure. Like you
Yeah.
said, even if they treat me shitty, I'm like, fuck, maybe this is the way it is. You know, like
Their service is
fuck,
so good.
fuck you too. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Because would you still go to Chick-fil-A, for example? Obviously, the food's amazing, all that. If the people were just assholes instead
yeah,
of nice.
yeah. I've been to restaurants that have fucking shitty customer service, but
But you fuck with the
I keep
food.
going back. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I
We had
get
this
you.
conversation about today. Me and my helper about people
Mm.
walking in and price checking. It's like, you think really people would come in a store like to you and talk to you and waste your time and price check, like this customer we had earlier? And I'm like, yeah, because I've done it. I go to a place and check out what they're working on, how they're dressed, if their fucking hands are all covered in grease, and you're gonna do my window tint. I'm like,
Oh,
fuck no, your
shit.
shit's gonna be shit. Or if I see like there's just fucking a pile of shit over there, dust on the floor, like I know the quality's not gonna be good. So yeah, I mean, I've done it in the past. I remember with my bike, I went to a few bike shops and looked around, and they just had customers' bikes there with their shit on them, or like boxes on top of the bikes. If I take my bike to you, like my motorcycle, like I don't want nobody touching that shit. Like I want it
Mm.
when they come here, like they don't see me with my bottle of cleaner on the top of the fucking hood and my brush right on the hood. You're scratching the fucking paint. If I saw that, then I'm walking out. But yeah, we're kind of talking about that
Damn.
today. About when you go into I would go into a place and check it out. And my helper was on the opposite. He's like, no, I wouldn't. Like I wouldn't waste my time doing that. But I'm like, I'm just a different kind of person though. I'm very
Yeah. I don't
picky
even
and
know if I would be
meticulous.
aware with that example in particular, but
Mm,
if I know something, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to put something in perspective of what you may have more interest in and know,
No, no, I get you though.
but
All right, bro.
yeah, a little different shit.
Awesome then. Shit, bro. Well, are you trying to go into the QA segment? We have
Let's
a little QA
let's
segment
get
today.
into it, man.
Awesome,
Got a
bro.
few questions here.
Cool. Yeah, you pull them. You pull those up, and I'll pull the other ones up.
For
Yeah,
sure,
pull the
for
ones on
sure.
Instagram.
Here we are, man. So let's go for the first one. First one's from Bella.
Alrighty.
All right. First question. It is dream vacation spot.
Damn, vacation. This one's kind of hard. I always used to say Tokyo, Japan, but I feel like that's kind of maybe altered a little bit now.
Hmm.
Tokyo, Japan, because I think it's like the biggest metropolitan city, whatever the hell that means. Basically, like a lot of it's like hella like
A lot of shit
advanced,
going
hella
on.
people. Like even like if you watch Tokyo Drift, when the motherfuckers is drifting through all the people and shit,
Yeah.
like that
Fucking
street, that shit real. Like people in that motherfucker, like
like a eight
crazy.
street road or whatever the fuck you call it. 8 road street.
Yeah. Some crazy shit.
Interact. Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel like I still want to go, to be honest. Tokyo just seems like a
Tokyo.
cool ass spot, but I think now it's leaning a little bit more towards Rome. I
Mm-hmm.
think Rome's my shit. You want to go check it out? Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
What about you?
I think I'm more of the older shit. I definitely, if I go somewhere, I want to see more like ancient history, like civilization type shit, like how they were back then. One of our friends was going. We went to that one spot I was telling you about, and it was more of the art, the way the what do you call it,
The
the
architecture?
architecture of the buildings. And he was telling me it's more of the artist or the guy themselves that built it. That's really the reason why those buildings look like that. What place was that? I can't even think. It wasn't Barcelona. It was
Somewhere in Europe.
yeah, but shit like that. Just seeing how people lived back then. It's pretty interesting. But a
That's true.
place.
That's true.
Yeah, it had to be around there. I mean, that whole Rome shit seems really interesting with the fucking whole Colosseum.
Yeah,
And
that Colosseum shit is
that shit,
insane, bro.
yeah, that stuff's got some history there for sure. What's another place? I mean, those are just kind of, yeah, that'd be cool. Trying to think of another thing too. Would you enjoy that place? Would you feel like it was like more of like like let's say that vacation you're saying, right? Would you
Yeah.
feel like it's more like relax, or do you think it's
Nah. For me, no.
in a dream vacation? What do you consider though? Relaxing or just like the learning part of it?
I'll be honest. I'm not really into the whole chilling and shit thing.
Because I feel like if you were to ask some people, like maybe our females, they're more of just like the relax, sit on a chair, read a book. Like I don't know. Some people are
Nah.
like that.
Yeah, I'm not like that.
They'd be like dream vacation, go to the woods and
And not do
fucking
shit and all that.
read a book and feel nature.
That seems cool. If I could do that shit here, though. You know,
Yeah. So I'm just saying, yeah. If you had another place for, well, you said
just
you
to
don't.
relax.
Yeah, just relax. That way we can give people a little idea of what's in your
Yeah, I'm
brain
gonna be
for
honest.
relax.
I really don't even care what the place is. As long as there it's warm, as long as I have some great food, some good people, and some some other things. You know,
Yeah, that's all you need. Okay.
what about you, bro?
Yeah, I would say somewhere tropical for sure. So maybe the Caymans.
Okay.
Where else is kind of popular like that?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know.
Bora Bora.
Ibiza, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
I think so. Something like that.
Something like that would be cool for like a relaxation trip. But
Yeah, relaxation trip. Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I'm not really thinking about.
because I feel like if I go to a place like Rome or somewhere where there's
I'm
ancient
gonna be
shit,
locked in.
yeah, I'm gonna be
I'm
fucking on my
locked
phone,
in.
researching, fucking asking people. It's a vacation still, but at the same time, like I feel like my
It's
brain's gonna
not
be,
relaxing or whatever.
yeah,
Nah, even when we go on vacations, we do relax, like me and you, like for the first part or even in the nighttime.
mm-hmm.
But like when we're out, we're
Yeah,
we're not fucking sitting on our ass. We're fucking taking tours. We're going to museums. Walking.
Mm-hmm.
We walk a fuck ton when we go on vacations, bro.
Yeah,
That reminds me of the homie Gonzalo. Always like, what the fuck?
put some miles on the fucking feet.
For real, bro. Fuck up the soul real quick,
Yeah.
but yeah, okay, awesome. Well, that was a great question. Something
Thank you, Bella.
something thinking about. Yeah, okay.
All right, question number 2. This was an anonymous question,
Beautiful.
and we have it here. Favorite part about this year so far? We're 4 months in.
Fuck.
What's been your favorite part about this year so far? Whether it's something you've done,
I'll be
location
honest
you've
with you,
gone
brother. I don't even know, bro. I'm gonna
Or-
have to think about this shit.
or an achievement with yourself.
Oh, I guess that may be something like that. Um, favorite thing so far this year. Shit, bro. That's. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no clue, bro.
Let's see. For me, I would say favorite part of this year. I mean, obviously, it's been like a cool little break, and I guess it was my little vacation out to St. Thomas. I think that was probably the coolest like
Thing you've done so far?
this year. Yeah, that was just like that's dope. I got to see a whole different culture, of people at the same time, like the history there too. Fuck, that's literally, you know, Christopher Columbus, is known to be a shitty person, but at the same time, like this dude was literally coming on a fucking boat, like without any knowledge of Google Maps or shit like that. I just came across these islands and, just that shit's just kind of cool.
Yeah,
I've always
something
been
mind
into
blowing.
that pirate shit. I think we've talked about before, but
Yeah, the Pirates of the Caribbean shit.
all the old shit like that, just I always question a lot of that stuff. Like, the whole aligning with the stars literally routed them or guided them through the ocean. But yeah, stuff like that. I think that was probably my favorite thing this year.
Damn. I'm still kind of a little blank on my end. Probably.
Any concerts?
I haven't gone to any concerts. That kind of sucks because I'm on Snapchat memories. I was getting a shit ton from last year. Around this time, I went to like 3 by now. 3, 4 of them. But I'd probably say
Restaurants.
yeah, probably spending like a little maybe a random weekend in Salt Lake, checking out like a new restaurant or something like that. I think we went to it's like a Bosnian type of cafe type of thing. That was cool. That day it was at least it wasn't just that place, but got to try some new desserts, some different Turkish coffee. That's usually my favorite type of shit. Just
trying new shit,
trying new food, and I don't know why I fuck with that so much. Like I just like doing that. I remember me and my my homie Gio would always when we used to work at the same place.
Yeah.
During lunch, we would dip for like an hour, sometimes a little bit longer. But we'd be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this place?" Like,
try something new.
Yeah, try it out and find out a bunch of cool places. But yeah, probably something like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Okay, cool. Well, we appreciate you, Anonymous.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alrighty, and then we have, thank goodness, I'll be honest with you, we got these questions probably when we started recording the pod. The good boy, the good homie Gio pulled up right on time, right before the time limit. So
doesn't miss.
Don't miss. So we got some, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
All right, if you could have one superpower, what could it be?
Ooh, time travel.
Time travel?
Yes.
Oh, I think like that would fuck me up a little too much.
I take advantage of that one, yeah.
Yeah?
That's got to be it. What about you?
Teleporting.
Isn't that time travel kind of in a way?
Well,
you
time
forward?
travel, you could go to fucking see the dinosaurs. I can't. I could go to France right now, though. So I guess it's
Can you go back into or teleporting?
Teleporting, no. Teleporting is literally
only? Just like to a
your
different
location. I feel like that because I don't know why. When I was growing up, like superheroes like an X-Men, I think his name's Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Fucking teleporting everywhere. That always fascinated me.
Yeah.
Or this movie called Jumper. Same shit. You'd be able to like jump to different like spots, and for some reason that was always captivating to me. Teleporting would be some shit.
That'd be dope.
All right, cool. Thanks, Gio, for that one. Let's get to the next one. How do you cope with stress from business and life in general? When you're stressed out, bro, how do you unwind, bro? How do you, chill out? How do you relax?
I think we've kind of touched this question, possibly not in this way, but I feel like I'm kind of relating it in my head with that same way too. But I would say I don't, man. I literally just I get the job done because if it's fucking you up, it ain't gonna go away till you fix it.
That's true, but what if it's just stress?
You can go on a quick little walk, but you come back, that fucking thing's still there.
Yeah, that's kind of more of a task. So what if you're just stressing about business, how things are, the state of how things are.
You make a change, man. I mean, you got to do something about it.
How
which
do you cope with stress, business,
I guess what that would be. I mean, make a game plan. Whether it's like go for a walk and kind of think things and
so
reevaluate shit. Yeah, but essentially you got to do something about it. Stress does not go away on its own. You can go buy you, I don't know, whatever you like, enjoy buying, spend all the money you want, but that stress is gonna be there still unless you fix it.
Yeah,
I've learned that. Deal with that shit every day, so it doesn't go. I mean, that's just part of business, man. I feel like any business owner will tell you that. Yeah. How about you?
Like for me, stress from business and just life in general.
Yeah.
I feel like trying to be connected more to like the bigger picture, trying to like just maybe like you said, reevaluate, but not like maybe what I'm doing it, but it'd be like, all right, Alex, you're human, you're on Earth. How long life is this gonna matter in 10, 15 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Or shit like that. Or if it's not anything like that,
Yeah.
it's more like, you know what, let's go on, like you said, a walk. Let me go get some fresh air.
A breather. Yeah.
But usually it's like people hanging out with like
Mm-hmm.
cool people for sure. I feel
Helps
like,
out.
yeah, even talking to them and like talking about like the stress and shit you're going through, I feel like helps a fuck ton actually.
Yeah, it
Like
can. Yeah.
it's like, oh shit, bro, like fuck, I'm fucking stressed out, bro. Like I'm not seeing results, and be like, oh shit, don't worry, bro. Like maybe we're going through the same shit, or maybe they don't even have to say shit. They're just being listened
Or they
to.
could spark an idea maybe of something to go away to help you with a different way for your stress, I guess.
Yeah, because I remember in the past, I had this friend that was going through some shit with the female,
Mm-hmm.
and I think after a minute, I wouldn't get too much information. I was just kind of more listening.
Yeah.
But he would like tell me sometimes like, "Yo, bro, I
That's all you
appreciate you
need.
for just listening. Like I know like you probably don't have too much like input or whatever, but just by you listening and being there, like that shit helped me a fuck ton. So even after that, I was just like, oh shit. So even listening, because sometimes I'm kind of guilty of that. Let's say your girlfriend is complaining about some shit,
Yeah.
and we as men immediately are like, oh, why don't you do this? Why don't you go and report it to the manager? Blah, blah, blah. It's like they don't want to fucking hear that shit. They just want you to shut the fuck up sometimes,
Just be heard.
and literally they just want to be heard.
Yeah.
Some shit. So I'd say something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good.
Alrighty. So we got one more question from Gio. Oh, I guess it's a double little
Okay.
question here. Okay. If you could have a conversation with someone about business, dead or alive, who would it be?
If I could have a conversation with like anyone,
About business, yeah, specifically.
if they're still here with us, or
Yeah, dead or alive. Yeah, they could revive the motherfuckers out of the graveyard or something.
like who would it be?
Yeah.
Let's see. Who's someone that I've kind of always been? I don't know, man. Just get me for a little bit. Which you got one in mind for somebody?
For some reason, I immediately thought of dead wise, Steve Jobs,
Okay.
something like that. And yeah, I'd probably say Steve Jobs, probably. Like modern, if they're alive, it would definitely have to be someone that's like currently knows a bunch of information that like from present day. So that one's a little bit more harder because there's a shit ton of like amazing, successful people right now. I either say Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. I know like the richest people, but obviously they're richest for a reason. So they have some,
They know some
they
shit.
know some shit.
Yeah.
They know some shit. What about you? You find anything, one?
Not really, man. I've never really even thought about shit like that. Thing is, I feel like I'm not really a person to reach out to people. I don't know.
Well, shit, I'm not gonna reach out to Elon, pa. You don't got
Yeah.
like anyone, even like Warren Buffett.
No, because I feel like I came across people that are pretty wealthy that I would look at like up to, and literally everybody kind of just says to like the same shit in a way. Like focus on the one thing you're happy with doing, and invest all your fucking energy to it. Like, and it seems like no one's really. I don't know. I feel like you can definitely gain a lot of shit from someone that's just so knowledgeable and like
You just gotta ask the right questions.
yeah, but at the same time, like maybe my brain's not so developed or to
Nah,
process shit like that. I'm just like,
hypotheticals.
yeah,
Yeah, because
it's kind of hard for me, yeah,
It was the second part to this. It was like, what kind of questions would you ask?
Hmm.
So I guess maybe you can answer that portion. If you were to find someone,
Yeah, I would just
maybe
feel,
would something be like, you find someone really successful. Let's not even put a name.
yeah,
Would be something that's like, you talk to a billionaire. What are maybe some questions you'd be like, shit, let me ask this person this real quick. Let's say fuck it. He's on the podcast, bro.
maybe
We
I'd,
have to ask this fucker something.
yeah,
What are we asking him?
I'd probably ask that question you asked me about the stress. What would you do in a situation? Because someone that's been that successful, let's say, and they've gone through some shit, wonder what they did. Because obviously I'm not doing shit about it. I'm just working through it. So I mean that's literally a question like I have like to someone that like
Yeah. It's been through
has
it, a
has
bunch
done
of
some
shit.
shit. Yeah, like
Yeah.
what did they do? Did they fucking leave work and drop what they were doing and go? Because usually it's work that will stress you out. Maybe it could be a relationship too, but
Yeah.
did they just go kick it with the boys and wait for tomorrow to come, or
That's a great question.
did he fucking stay up all night and or call reinforcements and got help? And I don't. You never know, right? That's kind of
Yeah.
that'd be one. Another. I mean, I'm not sure how many questions you.
Yeah, man, whatever you want, bro.
What about you?
Me, what I would ask someone
Mhm.
that's in a straight highest position, I'll be asking some crazy, probably deep and like personal questions. Hopefully they don't get offended.
Mm.
But like, yo, what moves you? Like, obviously they got to a point where they're making $1 billion. Why didn't they stop when they were a millionaire? You had
Mm.
enough. It's not money anymore.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why keep working? Like, you don't have to. I would have to figure out like why. I feel
Why?
like that's really entertaining to me. Like, why did you decide to keep going? You know what I'm saying? Even like for example, Elon Musk, he became a billionaire at one point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck did he keep going? And now he's what they call, I think, a deca-billionaire, where he has 100 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Was a billion not enough? Those would be the questions. Would I
At
be
this
like, what
point,
the
he's just trying
fuck?
to leave a legacy behind or some shit.
Yeah,
It
well,
seems like
to me, I
you,
think
you never know, right? What's in
for
their head?
him, he makes it sound like he wants to leave humanity way better off and save humanity,
Then when he started,
basically.
yeah, when he was
Exactly. That's what it sounds like to him. That's why he's over here making like fucking solar panel shit,
crazy
batteries,
shit.
so like the world doesn't get fucked up and all this shit. So yeah, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, and that's a fucker you can't ask what do you do for stress because he literally he's on 3 hours of sleep every day,
Oh,
working
he
day and
sleeps at
night.
the office.
Yeah,
I wonder if people even get stressed at that point though.
that's
More,
not a person that goes on a walk. It's
you never know though.
yeah, you never
You
know.
don't know because a walk, bro. I've heard that shit does wonders for you. I keep hearing it too. It's like
Yeah,
one thing we brought up, but keep hearing this shit. Even Seth Godin,
yeah,
I think they asked them. He's like, oh, like if you could give anyone some advice on when you get writer's block. I think there was a thing like when
yeah.
you're writing and you're like, fuck, I don't know what to do, or you're stuck on an idea and what to do.
Get some fresh
He
air.
he literally said, fucking go on a walk. I was
Hmm.
like, what the fuck? Why is everyone like on this walk shit? So
Yeah, I remember in the summer last year I took a few walks. I mean, I think we spoke about it. Go front, and you definitely see a different perspective of like I said. I think back then I was saying from driving past a building versus walking up past a building, it's completely different.
yeah,
But that kind of just kind of
I was doing the same shit without wanting to. Remember when I didn't have a whip for a minute? I was literally looking at buildings a little different. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
crazy shit. But you're right.
I mean,
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I got a random idea that came to my head when I was walking, but I don't really remember.
they might have to hit Gio one of these days and ask him all these questions back. And I'm curious of his thoughts of
What the fuck? Yeah, he'd be asking some crazy shit for sure.
yeah. But that's a
Awesome.
good question.
Okay, well,
Questions.
yeah, questions. Thank you, Gio. I appreciate you for always coming in clutch. You missed last time, but hey, you made up, got some
Yeah,
good
you're good,
questions
man.
this time, man. Okay, beautiful. Well, that wraps up the Q&A segment for episode 59
Awesome.
of the podcast. So cool, awesome, beautiful. And yeah, if you ever want to submit some more questions, if you are new, Endless Growth Pod, DM us, comment it under videos. Actually, I have to be better at that, looking at the comments and videos, because we usually don't get any, but that just because in my head I'm like, oh, probably didn't get any again.
We don't really check them.
Exactly. So I need to be better at that. But yeah, some nice. But
Yeah, and it's every other week we do these two. So
exactly, until we maybe have, I don't know. Like I said, we'll just feel it out. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. We'll nothing's set in stone here.
maybe we'll get to a point where we do these live.
That'd be cool, dude.
That'd be crazy though.
That'd be
'Cause
cool.
live's that's a whole different thing.
Honestly, I don't think I would want to do no shit like that.
No, that's too much on us.
What I would like to do is,
I guess on live you don't got to worry about editing or shit like that though.
that's the thing though. If it's an live podcast, I think that should be weird. I don't like that idea at all, to be honest. What I like better is we do this, we keep doing this, but we also expand and have live events, but that are not fucking podcasts. Like, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? Or have like a Instagram live one day if we have like a big enough audience. I don't want to like go on fucking live and no one be there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need the audience
we want to
first.
provide value.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to help some people out and shit like that. If we can in a way, not assuming we can't help everybody, but if we
Yeah.
could, provide some info with something, we got you.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Anytime.
Speaking of the podcast and shit like that, bro, I'm excited to see what the next 3 months of this potentially looks like, because I know we've been talking about some ideas. So super excited to see what actually happens, and kind of look back on this and be like, holy shit, because I feel like we are reaching a point where we might bust through like another wall or do something different or incorporate some additional things. But there's basically change coming. I feel it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 3 months from now, I mean, a lot of shit can happen. You've seen literally 1 month apart will fucking change a lot of shit.
Yep.
I was really thinking about you the other day when you were what we talked about, like literally we're talking about like the goals for the year, what our plans were, and literally like 2 months later, you come across that whole thing that you've been, getting into and learning, and
Not planned, yeah. Just
unplanned, just kind of
happened.
pops in your lap.
Yeah, opportunities be doing that shit. It's crazy.
Like I said, you got to be prepared for them. Be open to everything because that could change your life too. You never
Yeah.
know the right one.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's what they say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So some
Yeah, but
motherfuckers
yeah,
is really lucky because they're prepared.
but I'm excited, man. I mean, that's kind of I feel like maybe I don't know. I think how long have we had like this little setup too? Like
Not
it's crazy
too
how.
long.
But then we say we were in here for longer now than we were out there, like doing
Yeah,
our old
it's. I
thing.
think we transitioned into this one in episode 22. Considering that, I think we started dropping pods maybe like March or something, February, March.
Yeah.
20. There's what is that? 5 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So probably let's say March. March after 5 months is maybe in August somewhere. September. No,
Mm-hmm.
it's August and September. So yeah, probably like around August. I don't think it was July when we got this. I think it was might be like beginning of August around there.
Yeah.
So almost a year. But yeah, what you got in mind?
No, I mean we just never know. I mean this kind of just came up like out of nowhere. We were
You
lifetime
definitely.
tables to fucking a little studio, and who knows after this?
Yeah, somebody that was watching the pods actually told me like it was someone recent that like barely got onto like the pod.
Yeah,
They're like, "Yo, I went through your whole like videos and like the whole
transition.
production setup and everything is like completely different."
Mm.
And then giving us props and shit. I was like, "Yeah, man, like
Yeah, but it's gone through some iterations as far as like even editing and shit like that goes.
yeah,
Because I remember
flows,
what it
conversations."
would take to upload a video back then. My fucking phone storage was fucked. I had like, a couple hundred gigs of just video on there. Had to be deleting my own shit just to make more room for more. And oh yeah, we'd be losing all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it was
Yeah,
a pain in the
bro,
ass. But it's just kind of cool, with time. Just you only become better
that's a
at what
fact.
you do, and also as yourself as a person too.
Mm-hmm. You're not even lying, bro. I was even looking back at I think at like our first videos. Not like I haven't clicked them or nothing, but just like the thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
But I also remember the fucking that one video where we recorded it, and
We lost it.
yeah, but it was like the cool background or whatever.
17, man. I'll never forget it.
Oh,
Is that what it
17?
was? I believe, yeah.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We still got to maybe bring it back one day. We talked about possibly just recording,
Yeah,
clips of it and put in the back, but it's
we
just,
just get lazy with the whole moving shit, huh?
yeah, it's a lot of work. But I feel like, if we have a guest on, maybe that might be, we talked about a few different ideas for new guests now, but that may be an idea too, just being more of an open space and,
Just having different camera angles and shit, right?
yeah,
That'd be the thing.
different backgrounds, just breaking it up here and there. But
Mm,
yeah, we definitely got some stuff cooking for you guys
yeah. So something
coming
coming
up.
in the store.
Yeah, stay tuned.
100%. 100%, bro. Excited to see what's gonna happen. We got potentially some more guests.
Yeah.
Of course we do. What the fuck?
Yeah, I got a question for you.
Let me know.
So, let's say, what are your plans, let's say, from here to the next quarter, you'd say? Second quarter of the year.
Second quarter. That's like what, end of June.
Around there, yeah.
Well, the crazy part is that I think I'm about to hit 3 months in this program. It's a 6 month program, so that's literally be the next 3 months.
So it's almost like towards the end of it.
Yeah, I would have hopefully definitely like learn a fuck ton more.
Yeah,
Obviously,
knowledge, yeah.
yeah, 100%. I want to again. I want to get really good at at Facebook ads for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be like, yo, if like I just basically want to have in my head, yo, I could help any business like get more whatever the fuck they want to do. Like if I have that in my head, I feel like I'll reach a new level of like confidence and like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, of
just
course.
like I could do some shit. Like I
And
could
it just make your job a lot easier, too. Or not even a job, but
if you
just
have a
like,
track record, fuck yeah.
yeah. And then plus, I mean, you can help anyone that comes across your way, It's not like you can like, oh, sorry, we don't really deal with that. Maybe try this person. Like, no, we can do it.
Yeah. So that I'd say probably yeah, obviously get better, but that's inevitable as long as I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then also hopefully generate some income from it somehow.
Yeah, start generating some
Whether
money.
and again, I've been thinking of just different things. It's not only just one sided. Like even if it ain't a paying client, pivot, open something, have a little store, some shit, and then use everything I know and like full blast it on my own shit.
All in.
Yeah, for sure, all in, 100%, something
Mm-hmm.
like that.
That's dope, bro.
What about you, brother?
For me, I'm kind of in the process of, just this year, just blowing it up. And I think by second quarter, we're going to have a good idea of, is this working out what we're doing? Do we got to step back and, reevaluate things and make adjustments? But I'm kind of in that. That's kind of my goal, just to be better at managing
Mm-hmm.
like my own time, because that's been big.
Yeah.
Is it's hard to manage, people, and obviously think about myself too, as far as like what I'm doing, as far as like while I'm here working too, getting work done, and also out of work. But that's kind of my main goal, managing the time, and yeah, just kind of for the business, that's another thing too, just seeing where we can get it to, and obviously by the end of the second quarter, that's kind of where I'm going to be seeing how we're going to move for the third quarter. Yeah, it's going to be big, because if it's good, then awesome. But if it's not, we're going to take a few steps back and, reevaluate shit and
No.
adjust things from there. But this is kind of like the main part of the year right here
So this
for
is kind
me.
of like these 3 months is kind of like, all right, it's kind of like I don't want to say make or break it, but in a sense, kind of like that for some components.
Yeah, for like what we've been working on, I guess, for like the last 2 years, which is kind of pretty big, because I've been putting a lot of effort into this. So,
No,
yeah,
I have high hopes, bro.
we'll see where
I
this
have high
goes. And like I
hopes.
said, we never know. But yeah, and it's around that time where 3 months comes around and there's something new that comes up. So
That's a fact.
it
We'll
seems
see.
like for me, it's been a kind of a persistent thing. So we'll see where that goes. And I'm kind of open to anything that happens, because I like a challenge. And challenges, just put you in uncomfortable spots. And that's literally how you grow, man. Well, you at least get put in front of new things that make you learn new shit, or sometimes, they just put you in your spot too, and kind of a
Hmm.
lesson. Like, hey, man.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, life humbles you, has ways to humble you and say,
Yeah.
hey, man, you're not ready for that yet. You got to do this
Hmm.
first. It's a fact.
Yeah, one thing that gives me a lot of hope too is always seeing that how, and it's not like this for everyone, but how businesses aren't, it takes years to, build a business where it's at, and you can't expect to, be where you think you want to be within, 1 or 2 years. And that's something obviously you're learning now. It's time and
Yeah,
building the knowledge. And let's say you did jump right away to where you wanted to be. If you don't have that knowledge, you're not gonna be able to sustain that.
that's a fact. I feel like the good analogy that it's in my brain about that, I'd see it as kind of like how they be racing horses and shit.
Yeah.
I think they call the dude riding it a jock, and then the fucking horse, right?
Yeah.
I see business as the horse. Like obviously that's the fucking shit running everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the guy on top, the fucking jock, he plays a crucial component part on like, I don't know what the fuck they
Telling that what
necessarily
to do.
do, or yeah,
Yeah.
driving the fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I see business and even maybe just life in general, where it's like, yes, you obviously have to train the horse, motherfucking give that motherfucking nutrition and whatever the fuck deals, right? That's the business. But at the same time, if let's say they put a random ass regular dude that's never rode on a horse, put him on top of the best fucking horse and tell him to go, he's not gonna be able to max that shit out, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of what I've heard, I guess, in the business realm, where it's like yeah, like the business could be amazing, that you're in the right niche, you're doing everything right, but like if you're like maybe your own skills or your own limitations, your own beliefs, like if you can't even believe you can do it, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah. And
So
you may be able to do it for a little bit, but you won't be able to sustain it for,
maybe you just get lucky, beginner's
yeah.
luck type shit. So that's kind of something I'm always like pondering too. It's like sometimes you got to just upgrade yourself too, not just the business, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And that's when life humbles you sometimes. It's like, oh, you think you're ready for this shit, but you haven't acquired the correct mindsets or the other shit.
Yeah.
That's like, yo, you're not ready for that yet.
You died on that level. You got to start at the beginning again. Beginning of the chapter.
Fuck. Hopefully not the beginning. Hopefully
Hey, it's just a chapter, bro. You don't got to go back
Oh,
to the front of
okay,
the
okay, okay,
story.
okay,
Could you
okay.
just
I was about to say,
you just restart the
shit.
chapter?
You're telling me, bro, I got to restart the whole game. Fuck.
No. Back to square one. We're gonna try it on easy mode this time. Yeah.
Fuck.
No, but it's true, man. I'm excited. Like I said, it's everything I kind of been talking about, and this is gonna be the time, to find out.
No, it's gonna work, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this shit.
And if it doesn't, I mean, I'm always open to anything, honestly.
Nah, it is, bro. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
It's for sure gonna work 100%. You'll see. It's April, May, June, July. By July 11th, I believe that's today, right? 11th, or maybe is it 10th?
Today's
The fuck is today?
no, today's the 10th.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
July 10th. I don't know if that's a special day or nothing. By Pioneer's Day to make it easier. It's 4 days away, I think, right? 14th.
Yeah, July 4th. Yeah.
No, it's 24th, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Pioneers Day.
Oh shit! Yeah, it is.
I'm thinking of the 4th. The 4th is,
Okay, July 4th. Whatever. We'll give
yeah.
ourselves one less week. We'll have a little analysis meeting because we usually spend 4th of July anyway. I think we've had in the last 2-3
For
years.
the most part, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully do the same. But yeah, we'll have a little talk. But hey, bro, remember that little talk we had on April 10th?
Yep, 3 months ago.
Yeah, bro. Trust. I have high hopes. We just got to keep our high heads up. I know, even myself, I get into this rut where I'm like, fuck, I'm not seeing any results. But it's because you're not really paying attention to the other benefits you're getting, learning,
for sure,
getting
yeah.
better, and all that stuff. So, yeah, just keep going. If you're made it this far in, just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep working, keep improving yourself, and you'll start seeing some shit eventually.
Yeah, and like I said, if not, you got to take what you have. Just take it. You're learning something. It's not just a waste of time.
Yep, it's a fact. You only lose when you give up.
Yep, that's
Literally
right there.
Alrighty, well, I guess that was kind of it for me, bro. You have any closing thoughts for the good old people?
No, it's a good spot to put it at, and
Beautiful.
yeah, that's kind of it for me this week, and
Awesome.
appreciate y'all for sticking around for this long. If you guys are still here, and
Facts.
for the Q&A people, keep them coming.
Yep, we appreciate you. Alrighty, well, thank you so much. This has been episode 59 of the Endless Growth Podcast. We'll catch you next week.
Yep, peace.
Deuce.